the nuance of the argument was, what about what I do makes it so important that I be mandatorily vaccinated?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I in a high area? Explain this to me. Listen, I'll listen to a logical argument. I'll take the risk if this is something that needs to be done because I'm going to have contact with whatever, and you can say, okay, I'll listen.
Yeah.
I think that's what we get lost in these all or nothing arguments. We really do.
Yep.
Everybody is different like a snowflake.
Yeah. Not calling anyone a snowflake. Yeah. I agree. And if you guys are, we're just laughing at the comments that Nikki has left in the chat room. So feel free to chime in if you're in the chat room and if you have any comments or anything like that. But it is kind of funny to think about that. And then we've talked about this before. We talked about, like Robert training and the supplements that he takes and things like that. Like everybody's body reacts differently. And it's just like alcohol. You have a drink of bourbon, or you have a drink, and some people with one drink are on their face, and other people you can't even tell that they had it. So anything that your body takes or my body takes, or the way that we react to things, are completely different because we are all different. Our makeup is all different. We are completely different.
Yeah, it was last night again, talking to a friend. She asked the question about my running streak, 10 plus years. She said, how are your knees? Because I understand that when doing this again, she's just floating it out there.
Yeah.
I have heard that it's really hard on your knees. That's a totally legitimate question.
Yep.
My response to her is I didn't have a knee problem. The fact that I had a partially torn ACL means I don't have 100% range of motion in my right knee. That has caused my left hip to take a little bit more action than it needs to. So that caused me to have left hip problems that I had to work through. But other than that, I've been fine and basically pain free. But that's not necessarily true of everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
They get out and they go, like my son-in-law went out running, and his knees were just screaming at him.
Yeah.
And I said, don't do it. It's the old joke about doctor, it hurts when I do this. And you make a motion and the doctor says, well, don't do that.
Yeah. No, and I'm a prime example of that same situation there.